Hey everybody, it's Vi. Today, I'm going to start a new sort of series on this channel called... I don't know what to call it. I was honestly thinking just Meet My Others. But I also like the idea of something called Talking with Myself, or Arguing with Myself, or something like that. I don't know. Whatever the title is, it's going to be a title of this video. So I assume by now, if you've watched my other videos, you know that I do have dissociative identity disorder. Basically, it means that I had such traumatic events happen from a young age that my brain kind of... let's just say, like, my personality didn't really cement into one. It's kind of split amongst various other ones. I'm not good at explaining this. I'm sure dissociated probably would be much better at this, or multiplicity in me or someone. I'm still learning myself, so, and I'm awful at explaining things, so this is not going to be like very logical, I guess. It's not going to be like scientific or anything, but I figured I'd start this with the most notable other that I have. But before I do, I want to specify why I'm saying other instead of alter. To me, alter sounds too religious. I know it sounds weird, but it is a personal thing. You can call them whatever you want. If you want to call them alters, you can. My others are generally... it's just a name. Let's put it that way. Now, let's get into talking about Serenity. First and foremost, Serenity is my age. She, as far as I know, actually I think she's older than 24. I don't know why I put 24 down. I think she said to me that she's like 27 actually, so I need to fix that, but she's 27. She is female. She is a Japanese snow woman, or Yuki-onna, which seems a little unnerving, but she's completely fine. You know, she's not hurting anyone. Her appearance: snow white skin, pale blue eyes, white hair tied into a Japanese top knot with sort of... I don't know why there's noise going on. You guys hear that? It's like a lot of noise outside. But she has white hair tied into a Japanese top knot and is thin built. She is not, like, she's curvy, but she's not, like, big curvy. She's very thin. For personality, she is calm, logical, no-nonsense, meditative, and kind-hearted, which is actually perfect for keeping me in line, because I stress over a lot. Her voice is deep, feminine, calm, and soft, which, again, very helpful. The trigger that makes Serenity jump into action is either stress, anxiety, fear, or mental breakdowns. There's been many times where I've fought with family, or in a relationship, or with just someone in general, where she's had to step in and say, enough's enough, this conversation's done, now I need to calm down. There you go. How they came about, I realized I need to put this for the rest of the others on this list, because I stopped doing it after a certain point for some reason. Serenity came about from issues with stress and abuse. She's acted as sort of a mother when mine wasn't around, or if I was being verbally abused by someone. She essentially kept me calm, or calmed me down when I was dealing with issues, and she still does this today. And for that reason, she's one of the most, I think, the most helpful so far. We're still learning about each other though, so it's gonna work eventually, I'm sure, for everybody. This is something I do with each one: memory that confirms existence. I try to think of a time that maybe was the first time they showed up, maybe not. But the memory that confirms Serenity's existence. I was panicked at Walmart during a hectic time when I was working there, due to many people needing help and all my coworkers bailing on me all at once. I was by myself. We had a team of 6, just me. Don't know where everybody went. Serenity told me to relax and close my eyes for a moment, before taking over and allowing me to calmly take a back seat. I watched as she I watched as she calmly helped customers in a quick fashion, all with a smile on her/my face. Her demeanor was very pleasant that I actually was told by a lady that we helped that she'd come back only if I was working. One of my proudest moments, and it was lovely. And, you know, it's not just work that makes her come out. Like, and sometimes even she gets overwhelmed or frustrated with a situation, and it becomes messy for everybody involved. So, like, we don't hurt anybody, obviously, but it can be complicated. And, you know, it leads to other switches, and I'll probably go into that some other time. What they protect. Serenity protects my mind from becoming too overwhelmed. While sometimes she allows me to attempt to handle things on my own, I'm stubborn as fuck and she knows it, she'll step in if I can't seem to keep my cool and immediately allow me to relax by taking control of a situation calmly. That's kind of the mature part of her. Compared to me, I am a child. I want to put it that way. Like, I am easily stressed out, and I go into a major panic, and I wish that person who's doing that sound I'm hearing would stop. I'm very sorry. I don't know what's happening. Now, this is a weird thing that I know that certain people have, and I guess it kinda counts as something that happens in D&D. Special power. Instant calming. I call this a power, it's more like an effect. Serenity is able to not only slow my heartbeat when it's beating too hard, my heart rate when it's beating too hard, but also still my mind. She'll use logic most of the time, but sometimes all I need to do is breathe or meditate, and she makes me do that. She's very spiritual in that sense. And I actually can appreciate that. Type of control. Co-control or co-conscious, unless absolutely needed. Signs of takeover. Which, I don't know if that's the right terminology, it's just the one I use. Taking a mental backseat during a high-pressure situation, chills, then I get, like, goosebumps. Closing my eyes and taking a deep breath, freezing in place with my hands together and my eyes closed. One thing I should note that when I switch, my posture changes. Like, usually, I'll have a very relaxed kind of, like, posture when I'm sitting. I'll be hunched over or relaxing or whatever. With Serenity, it's very proper. Like, imagine you've got, like, imagine a geisha, like, sitting in a chair, their hands together, like, the hands overlapped on their lap, with their legs basically, like, I don't know how to describe it. Basically, their feet facing forward. Just very, very proper the way she sits. Now, the thing with Serenity is, I feel like I rely on her too much, but I know this is kind of her job. You know, aside from her actual job in my system, which, this is one of the crazy things, is that in my system, others have lives, they have jobs, and Serenity's actual job is running an inn on a mountain. It's like a cabin. It's really, really fancy. Anywho, I do feel like I rely on her a little too much sometimes, and she is obviously frustrated with a lot of things happening, especially with another one of our others, Lulu. We'll talk about her later, like in a different video, because I want to do this one other per video. But, you know, she's constantly telling me, like, hey, this is what I do, you don't have to feel bad for me, but she knows I can't help it. I feel bad with how often I rely on her to fix a problem. And, you know, like I said, she does get frustrated. Like, when I fight with my mother, she'll usually step in, but even she has a limit to how much she can take in terms of, like, fighting, infighting, whatever you want to call it, up here and in the house and all this stuff. But yeah, that is Serenity. And I hope one of these days she'll want to come forward and say some stuff, but she has basically informed me that this is my thing, you know, and she wants me to handle it myself. this channel, while she is a part of it, is my responsibility, which is fair. And, she's expressed interest in talking for a little bit, but not today. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Just listening for a second. When I stare off like that, I'm usually listening to what they're saying in my head, and I know that makes me seem weird or crazy, but it's just kind of how this works. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little weird, I know, but it's kind of like, I like to consider this kind of like a video diary of what I'm dealing with. So, introducing you guys to these guys, you people to these others, what do you want to say, or whatever. It's very helpful, so I don't feel like I'm losing my mind. And I am in therapy, so it's helping me even more. But, just want to say thank you so much for watching. You are beautiful, you're valid, you're important, and don't you ever forget that. And I will see you in the next video I make. So, until then, see ya.